Okay, so we left off with screencast number 4, My Google Site is Boring, and we talked about colorlovers.com, and hopefully you've had some fun going through and looking at different palettes, different patterns, and found a few that you would like to try to put into this next site, which is picmonkey.com. So I am going to go to well, I guess I first should tell you that you need to create an account if you wish to save stuff. And even if you don't, I don't believe they let you go too far without having some type of an account. They do have a free trial of their Royal feature, which is their paid. Some of the things that are available on their website, you have to have the Royal membership in order to access those things. I haven't done that, although I've thought about it because there's lots of really cool things there. But I've been able to get by so far on the just the free stuff. So if that interests you, you could check it out. I know this has uses in a lot of other places. If you're really a talented scrapbooker, this is just a digital way to scrapbook things, but we're going to use it for creating that custom header for your site. Excuse me. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to hit edit, and you want a picture to work with. So I'm going to choose the Scotty Plaid, and that's going to pull that out. So this next part is going to take a while because there's lots here for you to look at. You can see that on the left-hand side, you've got just the different symbols, and they all stand for different things. You can crop, there's canvas color, rotate, there's all kinds of things here. I'm not going to take the time to go through everything, or the screencast will be really long. Once you go through and you start looking at stuff, you certainly can. I generally start with some type of a frame. And it's worth pointing out that anything that has this little white crown is a Royal feature. And if you're using the free membership, then you're not going to have access to that, which I'm sad about because I love the craft scissors down here. Really cool. Let's just click on it just so that you can look at all the different edges. See how cool is that, right? That's so cool. Okay, but don't worry about that. If you have the free membership, we're going to use something that you don't have to worry about that with. So this is the frame, and you can choose any of these things, and it will manipulate your picture accordingly with the frame. So two things happen here. You have the outer color that if you were to click on, the little upside down triangle would open up the color palette, and you can choose something else that you would like your frame to be if you didn't like black. Or my favorite function here is this eyedropper tool, so that if you were to place it anywhere over your pattern, your outer frame or your inner frame, depending on where you are, will change color with that. So I thought that was kind of neat. So let's just say that we're going to stay with the black. And then the inner color, same thing. You can pick something that is different. You can see it's changing. So there you go. Um, oh, I kind of like, we'll stay with a darker color just for something different to do. Or you can open it up and say, no, I don't really like that. Let's go with a lighter color. Let's go with there. Okay, so similar to what I have on mine. And then hit apply. You then can go to overlays, and the one that I tend to work with a lot is the geometric one, because I use this to create this rectangle, which is then popped in over your plaid, and then you insert a text box. So you add your text, and you can use that to say, and obviously if we have, okay, so if I type in Mrs. Jambo's classroom, I can manipulate the text box to make it larger and that everything fits the way I want it to. Okay, I can make the text bigger if I chose to. You know, you get the idea. These are similar text features to other things. So I could go back and say, oh, this has to be bigger, so I'm going to move that out a little bit, or you know, whatever. You can see just with the normal text editing features and things like that, you have lots to play with here. In addition to that, you have some different things, symbols. I think that's where I found the paw print or the paw prints. Just open up all of these menu areas here, all these little areas, because there's all kinds of things here. There's an engraved banners, there's, you know, just anything. And any one of these things, once you put them in, can be increased. You can add a text box and that will create your banner. You can move this, you can move your text box, you know, so that things are more centered. You can create another frame over things. I can go back and I could create another frame again if I wanted to. I could put another, I could, you know, select this and add a frame there if I wanted to. You know, you can do all kinds of things with the different tools that are over here. The point is just keep clicking. I don't want this to get too long as far as this website goes, because I want you to have some play time with this. But essentially what you want to do when you're done with this, and I'm going to move my black rectangle behind it, so that it is a little more centered. And there was one other thing that I wanted to show you here, and it's under stickers. Let's see. Oh, corners. Okay, so here you can see mine, and the corners are, you would need to make them a different color so that you could easily see them. But it will pop up and show you. Oh, sorry, I clicked on a royal feature. Darn it, I always do that. The ones I like. Okay, so here's the overlay, and we would want to change it to another color so that you could see it. So if I move it to, you know, a lighter color, and I can bring it to the front, I can send it to the back, I can do all kinds of things with this. I can move it and then add it in a corner, and I can right click and I can duplicate it. Whoops, I'm on the overlay actually. So if I were on my square, I could right click and I probably have to move that corner out of the way in order to do that so that it's not getting the overlay. But you can click on the actual piece that you've created as the corner and duplicate that and put it in the corners if you wish. So you really have lots. The sky's the limit here with what you can do. So I'm going to get out of this for a second. Oh, it just does not want to let me go. There we go. Okay, so let's say that I liked this. Obviously, you're going to spend a little more time than I did. Again, I want you to have playtime with this particular site so that you can build something that you like. But your Nimbus screenshot comes into play again. You'll select the selected area, and you're going to drag your screen capture all the way across, and you are going to capture it, and then you might say something like site header number 1 and save it. And the next thing you're going to do is you're actually going to go to your site, and if you remember, this was our home page where we left things. You would, in order to embed this, you would go to the Wheel of Fortune, right? The More Actions cogwheel, open it up, go down to Edit Site Layout, and I would like to show you just something real quick. I hope this shows up very well. If I stick my cursor just on the site header, I hope you can see that that's turning like a light blue as opposed to when I pull it back. You want to, that means we are in editing mode, so you want to click inside of that blue area, and that's going to pop out a window So what I like to go with is I don't mess around with a whole lot of this, and I probably should, so that my actual um, my site, my classroom site, that it fits a little bit better. But we're going to go down here with the select logo. If you are if you just open it up, it'll say no logo domain default. Remember, there's nothing there. It's just a blank slate. We actually want to go with custom logo, and then you want to choose the file wherever it was here. So actually have, so here it is. And you're going to wait for the picture to show up here. So once it appears here, then you hit OK, and it should, in a second, open up. Whammo, see? Look how cool, huh? So now you can see how Color Lovers and Pic Monkey work together to create a custom site so that your site goes away from kind of those um, cookie cutter type Google sites that aren't as unique and creative. You can get around that. You can make something that really truly is your own. Mine is very simplistic. There are a ton of you out there that are totally more creative than I am, and you're going to come up with awesome and amazing things. So go ahead and play around with that and save it to your site header. You're going to want to hit close when you're done, so that seals it. If you don't hit close, then you're going to notice that it'll go away. So you want to make sure that you close it and that you have a custom site header. The next screencast will focus on, okay, well, this is our home page. How do we build in our horizontal navigation and our side navigation so that people who are coming to our site can find the things that they need to easily? Have fun with Pic Monkey and Color Lovers. They are so much fun.